In this video, I'm just going to give you a recap of how to add negative numbers. Now, remember our rule, and this is really important that you remember it. So when we have two positives, it makes a positive. When we have two negatives, it makes a positive. When we have different signs who are positive or negative, we actually get a negative, okay? So it's really important that you write this down and you remember it, okay? Now, I've got some examples here, and I've just put them in their brackets just to show that this number, for instance, here, is negative, okay? So this question is exactly the same as this, okay? Some books will tell you, some books will show like this, and others will show like this, okay? So it's just the same. Now, I've written some steps here for you. So let's quickly have a look at them. If two signs are together, highlight them and work them out based on the rule. They fuse and they become a positive or a negative number. And then step 2, use a number line to work out the equation. So let's have a look at that. So I've already done the first step, and the first step is to highlight whenever I see any symbols together. So you can see here the positive and the negative are next to each other, okay? And what our rule says, when they're next to each other, they fuse together and they become something else. So our rule shows us here a positive and a negative make a negative. So let's rewrite that here. So 5 minus 2. Okay, so step 1 is done. Step 2, use a number line to work out the equation. Now there's two ways I like to think about this. What you can think, I have $5 in my bank account. I take away, because there's a minus, $2. How much do I have? You should say 3, okay? But if you don't want to do it that way, there's another way. So you get your number line and you start here. So you start at the 5, and because we're minusing, we go backwards left, okay, from 5. So we start here at the 5 and we go left 2 times because it's minus 2. We go 1, 2, and we get the same answer. This is where we are, okay? So either way works. Let's do the next one. So 6 take away negative 8. I'm going to rewrite the equation. So remember, this is exactly the same as this, okay? Some books will write it differently. Now, if you look over here at step 1, it says if two signs are together, we need to highlight them. Now, when two negatives are together, they make a positive. So it becomes 6 plus 8, okay? And that equals 14. You might be able to pause the video and see if you can work out the next 3, and then we'll see if we get them right, okay? So this one says step 1, we're going to highlight when the signs together, okay? So my negative and positive are together, so I'm going to highlight it. My rule says when they're next to each other, a positive and a negative become a negative, so I'm going to rewrite that. 4 minus 5. Now you can think of it two ways, as I said. So you have $4 in your bank account, you take away 5, you're left, that means with negative 1, or we can again do it on the number line. So we're at 4, we're at positive 4, and we're taking away, so we're going left, we're going backwards 5 times, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're at negative 1, the same answer. Next question. So you've got negative 5 and you're adding positive 8. So when we have two positives next to each other, it remains positive. So let's just rewrite it. -5. Now I'm still writing -5 because this is by itself. It's not next to the other positive value. So you just keep that as it is. And I'm rewriting this as +5. So we're up to step 2. We can use a number line to work out our equation. So you can think of it again 2 ways. You have -$5 in your bank account. Somebody gives you $8. How much do you have? Let's do that on the number line. So we're at, let's just say 8's over here. And we're going, sorry, we're at, I made a mistake, -5. And we're going to add 8. That means we're going to the right. We're going this way. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we're at 3. So the answer is 3. Now let's do one more. So with this last one, you might notice that there aren't any signs next to each other. That means we don't have to do this step here. We can go straight to step 2. So you've got -$6 in your bank account. So you take out $5. How much do you have? So this would work if my number line's a little bit bigger, but I'll just quickly show you. So you'd be at -6 and you would go backwards 5 times. Okay, so the answer is -11.